Reagan, just start with just the meaning of senior day today to have Morgan, have such a great game, Alexis and Tamal as well.
Yeah, I think being able to celebrate them, especially with a win, is huge for us. I mean, they put in so much effort. Their leadership throughout the entire year is just huge. I mean, Mo coming in, we didn't know Mo from the start, and her just coming in, making such an impact right away. It's so happy to be able to do this for them today and just celebrate them and everything that they've been able to give to us and give it back.
So Coach was just in here talking about how he thought you guys were really aggressive and set the tone defensively. How much was that a key for your success today?
Very much so. I think coming into this game, we really focused on post defense. So all five kind of buying into that and then making that extra rotation, getting that extra box out, and all our guards crashing the boards as well really was the impact today.
And what did it mean to you today to have the game you did and fill up the stat sheet like you did in a win?
Yeah, I think coming off of Ball State, it was tough. Didn't go how we wanted at all. And then coming back here and just trying to let that go the days leading up to that and really focus on this game in front of us. Unfortunately, we had a good game at NIU, so we knew what it took. And I think today panned out how we wanted it to pan out. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of fun out there today, and I think I just played with a lot of energy and shots were falling. So you love that. But overall, really exciting and awesome that we got 2 wins against NIU this season.
Yeah, Reagan, Coach said that he thought you got back on track today, and it was a good matchup for you. How much or what does this do for your confidence?
I mean, having a good game always builds your confidence, but I think it's more important that it's building that trust within the team. So it's, okay, my guards do see me. They do notice. Now I can make the extra pass to them. They know I'm going to kick the ball out to them. So it builds our chemistry so much as a team, as a 14 deep. So it really, really is nice going into these last couple games.
And then you guys gave yourself a shot with a couple games left. You need to keep winning and have some things happen here. But how much is that discussed, just staying alive?
It's discussed a little bit. I think it's tough because you go into a game and you know that there's an opportunity to win and to go to the tournament, but you don't want to put too much pressure on it. So I think there's been a balance of that, and we're pretty cognizant of it. It's kind of lingering in our minds, but I think we go into a game and we're just trying to focus on the game. And how it pans out is how it pans out, and today it was good, so it's good moving forward, and hopefully we can get a couple more wins. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can go ahead. If you got a question, go ahead.
You mentioned earlier, Reagan, the chemistry of the team. So for both of you, could you just expand on how you've come together as a unit and learn to trust each other more and play together more?
Yeah. So I think a lot of it has started off the court. We hang out quite a bit off the court. We live with a lot of people off the court that are on the team. So having that off the court has been able to lead to our on-court chemistry. And then just from the challenges that we face in practice every day, the losses we might take back to back to back, just it pulls you closer to the extent of everyone's in the same boat. And we're all just there to lean on each other, and that's how we're able to go out today and have fun with it. Really just, we're here to play, we're here because we love basketball, so.
I think it takes time to build chemistry, and especially having a new team and transfers and people graduating, leaving, new coach. There's a lot of different factors that make it, tough, and it takes time to build trust and takes time to build chemistry. But we've had our highs and lows throughout the season, but I think we've done a better job responding in the right ways towards the end of the season. So today was a perfect example, and I think if we continue to play like we did tonight, I think we can be successful from here on out.
Yep.
I'll just do one final question. Well, you probably can answer this. Coming in this year and being able to play with Reagan, who went into the top 10 scoring earlier this year, today went for the top 10 rebound, what has it meant for you guys as a team to have that tool with you guys this year to help guide your success and to help you guys flourish as a team?
Yeah, I mean, on the court, obviously, our game speaks for itself, but I think off the court, too, just that leadership aspect is huge. And coming in as a fifth year and coming from a program where we had a lot of upperclassmen that were leaders became a little bit easier to really mesh. And here, coming in where we have a lot of younger girls and transfers, Reagan's a clear voice, and I try to come in and be a clear voice. And I think, like, us two playing with each other, as long as we're on the same page, we're usually doing really well. So I think coming in and playing with Reagan is awesome. And, I mean, I'm grateful to have her on the team and grateful to be a part of this.
You know, for senior day, you want to go out on a high note and you want to send, seniors out on a high note. And I thought our team prepared in a way that would put them in the best position possible. I credit, Morgan, Tamala, and Alexis for their hard work. As I told them in the locker room, these last 11 months, 10 months of being here have been a whirlwind, but, being able to rely on, their maturity and their veteranness has been really nice and very fortunate to have, people of that character in our program. And you hope that resonates and trickles down, for future senior days to come, because I thought our team rallied in a very positive way today.
Hey, Ryan, what did you just think of your team's overall aggressiveness? It seemed like that was a theme throughout.
Yeah, we're fueled by our defense, and that, you've heard me say that over and over. You defend and rebound, and good things happen. I thought we defended at a really good rate today. I thought, Sarah Jones on my staff put together a masterful game plan that was a little bit different from the time that we played them before and had success. And credit to her and credit for her for being able to implement it to the point that the kids were able to execute it. Obviously we played a little bit of a different lineup to start here and going a little bit smaller. Hats off to players for, accepting and thriving in those roles. I thought Tanisha Clark did a wonderful job. As she's grown through this season, both offensively, she has taken leaps that you hope happen defensively, and she is a Swiss Army knife on offense, and now is able to show her Swiss Army-ness on the defensive end, which is really exciting for her future. And really felt like Reagan got back on track of some of the things that she's excelled in all year. It's been a tough slate through this MAC schedule where they know you really well, and I felt like it was a good matchup for her, as they're not accustomed to totally doubling because they play with two traditional post players, and that kind of freed us up a little bit to exploit some perimeter matchups as well.
And you mentioned Morgan earlier, but she seemed like she was just filling up the stat sheet too. What do you think?
Yeah, Morgan works, and that that's the one thing that will always resonate for me is she works and works and works, and you want a kid like that to find success by way of the work that she puts in, and she was locked in defensively, she was locked in offensively. I thought the shots that she took were good rhythm shots. I thought she did an excellent job, handling a couple different defenses that they had thrown at us to get it to the right spots. It really let her basketball IQ show, and that's what you hope when you bring in a grad transfer that has won at a good level before. And I credit her leadership and her preparation, for what she was able to be, today, and the success that she showed.
And you guys, a couple games left, but you give yourself a shot here.
You do.
And talking about that?
We do, and we've talked about it all along. Not so much of putting the emphasis on what this particular game means, but you always do the right thing. And the right thing is you always prepare at a championship caliber way. And I thought our team has done that. And at times in games, we have gotten away from that on the defensive end, and I thought our defense really propelled our offense today, and that will hopefully put us in as the chips may fall, but we go into every game expecting a positive result and preparing that way, because the minute you take your foot off the gas of that, you accept failure, you accept any of those things, and that'll never be a part of our DNA in this program.
One or two more guys.
Coach, today was your first senior day as the coach here in Akron.
Mm-hmm.
Could you talk about those three women and describe what role they've played for you as a coach?
Yeah, absolutely. Tamala Thorpe, as your point guard is an extension from a quarterback standpoint of the coach. And I thought from the day I got here in April, she has had a steadiness in her approach to things. She's a high character kid, and is willing to do whatever it takes to win basketball games. And I thought, she's had some setbacks by way of some injuries. She's had, and she's, handled everything thrown at her in a positive, mature way. And those are the things time after time that will carry her to the future. And I am so appreciative to her steadiness throughout, my duration here over the last 11 months. Alexis Stewart, same way. As I got here, she wanted to hit the floor. She wanted to play, and she got hurt early in the season before our first game. That set her back a little bit, but we talked, timelines and the preparation and what you can do in recovery and how many weeks that gets you. So I think it unlocks something in her to know that you always lean on the work, and I think that's what I appreciate about her is leaning on the work. And again, that'll carry her. And Morgan, and like I said before, with her leadership, she has a steadiness. I think she's not in your face vocal all the time, although she can be when needed. But I thought that our younger players have looked a little bit to her and her lead on some things, and that extension as well of the head coach of always doing the right thing, and the little things that matter. She's exemplified. I call them the in-betweens, in between plays. Corralling the group, talking in those huddles, making sure that our power touch is at an all-time high. And yeah, I think that's resonated to the underclassmen, is what you hope. And so I'm so appreciative to all three, and Morgan in particular for being a recruit, to believe in me, to believe in here through the ups and downs of this season. It took some courage to do that, and took some courage to say no to some other, higher level schools, and I will forever be grateful for her and her family. And I think she has gotten a lot out of this Akron experience, and that is what you hope at the end of the day.
That was good. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.